What's up, guys? This is Astranox. We got some amazing news, man. We got a collaboration already. What? Like, out of nowhere. This is really hype. Really hype. Epic 7, with that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Tensura for short. There is actually 2 seasons out with 24 episodes. It's from Studio 8 Bits. There is one season of the Slime Diaries, which is a spin-off of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. There's a movie that's coming out. It's gonna continue after season number 2. It's gonna premiere on fall 2022. It is based on the volume 7. There is 18 light volumes, guys. 18 light volumes, which means there's going to be more seasons to come. So I looked at, I was listening to recap videos. I was looking at some parts in the anime, and I'm really hyped about this. Like, I really want to get into it and actually watch the whole thing. I had to spoil myself to actually get the information. I didn't want to make a video and talk out of my ass without having real information, concrete information. And let's talk about which heroes are going to be like summonable, which hero could be like a free hero. So yeah, like I said, very hyped about all this. Really like how it's panning out in that show and what's happening. And I mean, it's mind blowing. Like from what I've seen so far, the world is massive. It's fun. It's dark. Like, yeah, really crazy fantasy world. There's humans. There's slimes, dragons, goblins, wolves, dwarves, elves. A lot of waifus, demons, ogres, pigments, orcs, lizardmen, dryads, dragon newt, fairies. Like, yeah, love it. So definitely going to get into that, but let's break this all down. And I'm not gonna spoil you guys. I'm just gonna like talk about how the story starts, and then I'm gonna talk about a few of the like main characters who could be like summonable or free or something like that. So let's begin. We'll know all the information on the 28th of October, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'll be covering that, and we'll know which hero, their skills, and I'll give you guys my thoughts. Of course, I'll be pulling 15 skill ups, and I'll be showcasing these heroes. Super hyped about all this. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime is an isekai, and it's like ReZero and sort of like Epic 7 as well. Isekai, like a different world, other world, is a Japanese genre of light novels, manga, anime, and video games that revolves around a person who is transported to and has to survive in another world, such as a fantasy world, virtual world, planet, or parallel universe. This plot device allows the audience to learn about the new world at the same pace as the protagonist. Okay, let's go over the Wikipedia. Let's get the real information. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So this is also known as Tensura for short, or Slime Isekai. It is a Japanese fantasy light novel series. It is written by Fuse and illustrated by Mitzvah. So the story is about a salaryman who is murdered and reincarnates in a sword and sorcery world as a slime with unique powers and gathers allies to build his own nation of monsters. So many things are going on in that world. There's characters introduced left and right. There's a lot of power growth. There's awakening. They're getting like titles. They're getting, they're getting their names. They're getting like new powers. They're getting new skills. They're getting awakened. They're getting like titles. Like they're just getting so much power. Some of those characters, they're closer than others to the main character, and it's a lot of fun. It's also dark, and that world seems to be massive. And I mean, 18, right? Like 18 light volumes. It's a lot of information. So that means like 2 seasons are already out, and there's that spin-off. The movie's coming out, and then there's going to be multiple seasons after that, because there's still plenty of volumes to cover, because the movie comes out, it is after, it's going to continue after season number 2. So that's only volume 7, and there's 18. So that's really hype right there, and it just gets crazier and crazier from what I've seen so far. So yeah, definitely super hyped about all that. So let's go over the plot here so you guys can understand what is happening, right? So Satoru Mikami is an ordinary 37-year-old corporate worker living in Tokyo. He is almost content with his monotonous Jesus, monotonous life, despite the fact that he doesn't have a girlfriend. During a casual encounter with his colleague, an assailant pops out of nowhere and stabs him. Okay, while succumbing to his injuries, a mysterious voice echoes in his mind and recites a series of commands which he could not make sense of. And after regaining consciousness, Satoru discovers that he has been reincarnated as a slime in an unfamiliar world. At the same time, he also acquires newfound skills. So a lot of that stuff is happening. You know, getting new skills, and yeah, the main character, he gets stronger and stronger. It is pretty insane. So yes, so there's that ability called Predator, which allows him to devour anything and mimic its appearance and skills. So that already just is so strong because there's already like characters, heroes, monsters in the world that are so strong, right? So if you're able to mimic its appearance and skills, you can just see how strong that can be. He stumbles upon Veldora Tempest, a catastrophe level storm dragon. So we're not messing around here. He's a dragon, not only a dragon, he's a storm dragon. And in that world, there's only 5 true dragons, right? Uh, so, yes, Veldora Tempest, who was sealed for 300 years for reducing a town to ashes. Feeling sorry for him, Satoru befriends the dragon, promising to help him in destroying the seal, because he is like locked in the seal, right? So he's gonna help him out to get out of there. In return, Veldora bestows upon him the name Rimuru Tempest to grant him divine protection. Yeah, that's when things really start to kick off. And yeah, that's how the story begins, man. With his newfound powers and his wisdom, Rimuru gains the friendship and loyalty of the monsters inhabiting the great Jura forest. So, yeah, like the season one and yeah, season one and season two, I believe they are happening there. You guys can correct me in the comment section, and you can let us know about your thought if you watch all that, if you know all that, nitty-gritty, all that information. We can have debates there, and who you think we're going to be able to summon, who we're going to be able to get for free. Who are you most hyped for to maybe get as a summonable hero, or who would you prefer to be summonable, because those would be more powerful than whoever we get for free, right? So that's always something to keep in mind. So let's continue here. So yeah, inhabiting the great Jura forest, who accepts him as their leader, and together they found the nation of Tempest. As their new nation quickly grows in strength and influence, Rimuru and his subjects draw the attention of the nearby foreign powers, from monarchs and legendary heroes to demon lords. Yeah, that's there's demons, but it's crazy. Some seeking to become their allies, while others intend to just take advantage or destroy them completely for the sake of their plans. Yep. So by going over, all these recap videos, because I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I definitely will get into it because I mean, I'm really digging the whole thing, right? So the world is like, seems like real fun. It's also dark, so I'm really digging that. So let's just look at some of these heroes, right, and what they kind of like look like, so you have an idea. So we're on the fandom website here. I'm not gonna go over the breakdown of the heroes, the characters, because it's just going to spoil you guys the story. If you guys are enjoying what I read from the plot, right, you can go and check it out for yourself. But Rimaru Tempest here, you can see this is his slime appearance, and you can see him in human form. So really cool. So I think this Rimaru Tempest, right, the main character, I think he could be a banner, right? I think he's gonna be summonable, and he's just like so strong, and he gets like multiple abilities. It wouldn't make sense if he's free. I think it would be way cooler if he's a banner hero that we can summon for. So let us know what you guys think about that. Let's move on to another hero. So the next character, Milim Nava. So this is from the fandom.com website. And let me just show you guys how she looks like. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be hyped about this character. I believe this is going to be a summonable character from a banner and not a free one. I mean, waifu, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys are liking what you're seeing. And I think I mean, it makes sense for her to be of the fire element, and she's really really strong. So she's also known as Demon Lord Milim, right? Pretty insane character right there, man. Like really really strong. And Rimuru Tempest, he could definitely be summonable, right? A banner hero. Now for element, I think they kind of might have to double up on the same element if they're going with the next character I want to talk about, which is Benimaru. That one I think is going to be fire. It just makes sense if you uh, know about the story. So it could be like Milim and Benimaru could be fire, and Rimuru, I guess he could be like ice, earth, um, one of those. It'd be nice if it was like light or dark. Don't get me wrong. So there is that potential. So yeah, let's talk about Benimaru real quick here. All right, so here he is, right? So he does get introduced early on in the story. Same with Milim Nava, and that's how he looks like. This is, I mean, yeah, he's fire based, as you can see. You know, you got the red going on everywhere here. So this character, yeah, another character that just keeps on evolving, and evolution is a big thing. You know, gaining, you know, you know. More prestigious titles, gaining new skills, stronger skills, and the power creep is definitely there in that story. It's just a continuous thing, and it's pretty ridiculous, but it's also like really fun. And yeah, I really can't wait to get into it. So I'm back on this screen because I don't know, with copyright issues, yeah, with showing too much artwork, stuff like that, maybe I spoil you guys if I do go over like the character story and stuff like that. It might spoil you. I don't want that to happen. So let's just be on this screen for now. So like I talked about, possible possible collaboration heroes, right? Rimuru Tempest, I think that's a no-brainer, main character. And then would he be a banner or would he be for free? I think he would be better suited as a banner, like how they did it in 7DS. Now, for a second character, as a banner, I think Milim Nava, it makes sense. That's how they did it in 7DS too. All these heroes, including Benimaru, which is going to be free, I think. But the order might change. Who is from a banner, who is free. It could be less than three, it could be more than three. We don't know. We'll know on the 28th of October, of course, and I'll cover that. So, yeah, it would make sense if it was that way. All these characters, they get introduced early on and they are persistent in this storyline. So it does make sense that they would be, summonable or free. Now, there is some heroes, some characters, wishful thinking, I would say. I'm sure a lot of you guys would be hyped if some of these are actually introduced in the collaboration. But you know what? We don't know. Maybe the collaboration returns later on, right? Like maybe it comes back every year, and then with the movie coming out, with more seasons coming out, and the story like uh, developing. But also there is 17 light novel already out, so I feel like it would make sense that with Epic 7, evolving and their story evolving in the anime, it would be cool if they are introducing more and more characters between the light novel, the manga, all the seasons, the movie, the spin-off, all that stuff. This is definitely a mega hit. Really hyped about it. I'm sure a lot of you guys are real hyped about all that stuff as well. So some of the characters that I wish would get introduced in this collaboration. The first one would be Diablo. That one is definitely my style, really digging it. Super strong. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would be real hype if Diablo was introduced as a playable, character in this collab. Now, the next one would be Veldora. So yeah, he's a dragon, and I don't think that's definitely not happening. Like I don't think that's happening at all. Um, Copyright issues, I believe, as well, definitely not helping. Now, the third one that I would be real hype if they do introduce would be Zigyon. Zigyon, that's another character that just gets massive power creep. So yeah, just really digging how that character is, and how he gets the power, like how he becomes just stronger. The whole evolution of these characters is just really interesting to me. So I can't wait to get into it. So I'm gonna start doing that, and let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. Who do you wish is going to be summonable? Who do you think is going to be a free hero? Do you think it's going to be three? Which element you think these heroes are going to have? I'm just gonna say it like, yeah, Milim is going to be fire, I think. Benimaru is going to be fire. Rimuru, I mean, he could be ice, he could be earth, he could, well, I mean, he could be whatever, really. I don't know if he could be maybe light or dark. That could be interesting. Maybe not, though. That's the thing. It's a banner hero, so that's not going to happen unless the hero's free. If the hero's free, it could be a light or dark. It doesn't really matter. They could make that happen for us. So yeah, maybe Rimuru is free. Benimaru is a banner with Milim, but then those two could be like end up being fire, double fire. That wouldn't be too cool though. It'd be better if it would be two different elements for a hero, especially that's good for like PvE content as well as PvP. Now the free hero is definitely going to be, most of the time it's just like a PvE hero. It's not going to be like a meta PvP hero. So that's something that that's been going on in the past. And expect these banner heroes to be limited, right? Like they're going to come back every year. Now in terms of like how strong they're going to be, well, Rimuru could definitely be like a support type character. He could be whatever. Like that's the thing. He could be whatever. But it would be better if he was sort of like a support character, and then Milim could be a damage dealer, and Benimaru could be a damage dealer. Now, if they have all three as damage dealers, it's not as interesting as if you have a support in there, of course, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Let us know what you guys think about all that. But that's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.